Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 9th of July. Starting off with the S&P, where apparently some people are quibbling about divergence between the S&P and the Dow, but in 30 years of looking at these markets, such quibbles don't really amount to anything. We've got the S&P breaking through recent 55.10 resistance. Above that, we're looking for 5,800 as soon as the end of next month. We broke its intervening bearish divergence in the RSI window a couple of weeks back, and that tends to be a signal in its own right, breaking a negative price action situation. If we do break back below the old 55.10 area, then the lowest we're looking for at the moment is 54.50, which was late June support. On to the Nasdaq, where here we were comfortable above the 20,000 level, looking for progress within that rising April trend channel, top of the channel there, 21,200, looking for that perhaps as soon as the end of this month, especially while we remain on the right side of 20,000, which is the floor of the channel. Moving on to the stocks, and quite a few repeat names, which is normally a good thing because it means that the charting is working. With Anovis, we've exactly hit the top of that falling trend channel. That was our target there, around $16.50. Above that, we're looking for a fresh leg to the upside, which is a long-dated resistance line there from the end of 2022. That's heading for $24 plus, and we could see that by the end of next month. Ideally, in the meantime, we remain above the initial July resistance there, around $12.50. On to another stock, which is a repeat, good repeat, Beam Global, and here broken out of that bear trap situation through the 50-day line and breaking that resistance line there from February. That's around the $5.80 level, above $5.80, looking for a March resistance line projection, top of the triangle basically, at $7.30 over the next few sessions. The pre-market obviously already very high, so probably $8.30 plus, and the 2024 resistance will be hit within days. Moving on to a situation which has been of interest over the recent past, and that's Myomo with a converging triangle there, top of the triangle there at $4.35. We're looking for that to break and for the shares to retest the $5.50 area, the December resistance for the stock, sometime later this month. And of course, ideally, we stay up on the right side of that 50-day moving average at $3.48. Moving on to a stock we covered just a few days ago, which is Nissan, and here we've hit the 50-day line there, which was obviously an initial target, $5.25. Above that, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from back in February, as high as $8.50, obviously retesting the old April resistance, hoping to do that by the end of this month. Beautiful W-shaped formation, and want to see the shares basically stay on the right side of the middle of that W, around $4.30. Moving on to a stock which always looked as though it's going to be a decent recovery situation, and here it is. Pulse Biosciences hit the top of that rising trend channel, our initial target there. That's a channel there from basically the spring of last year. The top of the channel there at $16. Above that, looking for a fresh leg to the upside, perhaps as high as $24 by the end of next month, which is the upper parallel of that rising trend channel and a resistance line projection from the beginning of 2022. Whatever happens, don't really want to have an end of day close back below the top of the gap there, $13.20. The next situation is one which is also of note, in the sense that Ribble has bounced off the floor of its rising trend channel base, the top of the channel there, heading for $3.70 plus, and looking for that to be hit by the end of this month, especially given the near vertical rebound that we've got off the floor of the channel, and obviously above the 50-day moving average, which is also at the same level as the floor of the channel. So above $1.50, looking for up to $4, and ideally we stay above yesterday's intraday low, around $1.80 on an end of day close basis. Moving on to Vicarious Surgical, and here for a falling wedge situation, we've broken above the now rising 50-day line, so end of day close through the $9.80 level should be enough to give the shares enough momentum to hit the top of the triangle there from back in February at $14.70 by the end of next month, or even sooner. It's also a bear trap island reversal, so gapping down and then gapping up, which tends to be one of the strongest setups that you can get. On to Tesla. We're not in alphabetical order, but decent consolidation at the highs of the latest move. We're still looking for the shares to hit up to $270 by the end of this month, especially while they may remain above recent support, 2-day support, in the 243 to 245 zone. On to the last two, and the first one is SolarMax, and here you can see that we've got a potential falling wedge situation. The top of the wedge there at around the $3.90 level, end of day close above that. We could be looking at $5.80 by the end of this month, hoping that this will move relatively quickly after the bear trap effect from below the last year's support area in the $3.60 area. Stock which has done us proud and is the last one of the day is Zap. Here we were looking for the shares just to bounce up to the top of that falling trend channel around $3, but obviously we've tripled that and looking for a potential move now as high as $12.60, which is the top of that triangle there from back in October last year. Ideally now there's no price action back below the old resistance from the start of the year around the $7 area, so above 7, looking for up to $12.50 on Zap. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.